amendment language that he made, that the amendment says that we want what is going to serve the needs of Wood County residents. And that my understanding is that both bills are to be scrutinized, and then the best part of those two bills are to be supported. And so I didn't get the impression from the language that Supervisor Plemmel put in there that he was supporting one over the other, that he was saying, let's look at both bills, take the best parts of those bills that will best serve the residents of Wood County and support that. So if that was a misunderstanding on my part, I need to be corrected, but that was my understanding of what Supervisor Plemmel said.
Supervisor Holbrook.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a problem with putting forth a position that says consider both of these bills, because, and I'll use the dirty word no one seems to want to use, the introduction of, or the acceptance of 137 by the Senate is nothing more than a political move to cover, you know, their butts on this issue. I think that 21 is far superior in that it provides compensation, or at least assistance, to a much larger number of people who could conceivably have wells that are not serving their health appropriately. That $500,000 to the county, that's total. I mean, we have a lot of counties in the state, and everybody applies for it. That $500,000 is going to disappear overnight, and it's not going to be meaningful. By telling the association that we want them to take a look at both bills, I think we're just kind of, you know, covering up what is in fact a better bill going forward, and that's AB 21. So I will vote against the amendment.
Supervisor Plemmel.
I'll just make one more comment. I'm not arguing the merits of either bill. Each one of them has some positive points. There's some things in both of those bills that I'm not greatly in favor of. The fact of the matter is, though, the Senate bill is part of the budget. It's moving along. It's got much more traction at this point. I hate to throw that away. You know, it was stated, things happen in Madison because it is partisan politics, where you might not get anything until, I think I'm quoting Supervisor Lighton fairly well here, sometimes that whole loaf of bread is better than a slice. So again, I forwarded the amendment and I will support it.
Any further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, please vote. The amendment passes 13-6, so we will now vote on the amended resolution. So I would entertain any discussion on the amended resolution. Seeing none, we'll wait for the clerk. Okay. Seeing no further discussion on the amended resolution, please vote. And that resolution passes 17-2. Thank you. Our ninth resolution on page 302, ninth and final resolution, also brought by J&L, and I would ask the clerk to read that, please.
This will be Resolution 19-6-9. To communicate with state legislators directly via the WCA the opposition of the residents of Wood County to legislation that would legalize the recreational use of marijuana. Fiscal note, significant but unknown amount of cost savings to Wood County.
We have a motion and second on the floor regarding the resolution. Is there any discussion on this resolution? Any discussion on this resolution? Supervisor Hahn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to vote no on this. We held a referendum in April, and I think the resolution we sent should include both questions on the referendum. This makes no mention of the legalization of medical marijuana, and I'd like it to. Thanks.
Any further discussion on the resolution? Seeing none, please vote. And that resolution passes 16-3. Pages 304 to 310, we have Burke minutes. Highway Commission on 311 to 316. Parks and Forestry, 317 to 321. Central Wisconsin State, South Central Library System Board of Trustees, pages 325 and 326. And that brings us to the end of today's packet.